is not going to happen, Trump was infuriated. So Michael Horowitz is a specific one that sticks out in his mind. But on the other ones, it's some mix of allies who have issues with specific people, his own personnel advisors, which is a small group within the White House who have specific interests either in the agency or they have looked at things in their vetting of what these inspectors general have done in the past. It is a mix of different factors, and I think that if we went down the list, or if we ever even got a full list, we would be able to go through it, and there would be different reasons for why. But Horowitz is an example of the personalist nature of how Trump is approaching absolutely everything right now.
The other thing,
right,
Ari,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, the other thing that's really important, we should get into in the book, is the long-range planning for this term.
Yes,
totally. Stephen Miller had really thought through what they were going to do in a few key respects. And one of them, which I think is very underreported, we get into it in the book, is stocking the administration with a new cast of lawyer. Different types of lawyers. Yes. And, you know, many people would, particularly left of center people, would view the Federalist Society as, you know, sort of Darth Vader. You know, they stocked the Supreme Court in term one. People like Stephen Miller viewed the Federalist Society as a bunch of squishes. And actually what they wanted was lawyers who were going to be much more aggressive in their interpretations of the law, much more willing to push the envelope, and not just in the White House, but across the agencies. So when you stock a government with a different type of lawyer, as you know, you get a different type of legal analysis, and that allows you to do far more than they could do in the first term. They're not getting the same sort of agency pushback that they were.
Right.
Right. I think you guys document that in a way that's very useful for people who want to learn how this really works. There's the old joke in Better Call Saul when he wants a